Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to salute more than 40 citizen airmen of the 513th Air Control Group deploying to Southwest Asia this month in support of Operation Inherent Resolve in Iraq and Syria, and also continuing operations in Afghanistan. The 513th is the nation's only reserve unit flying the E-3 AWACS. I'm proud that the 513th is based at Tinker Air Force Base in my home state of Oklahoma, and it's commanded by Colonel David W. Robertson. I flew the Navy version of the AWACS, the E-2 Hawkeye, both on active duty and as a reservist. The AWACS is the Air Force's quarterback in the sky, calling the plays and managing the fight from an airborne platform. I know firsthand that the AWACS is absolutely essential to projecting power. Without it, our forces would be like an orchestra with no conductor. Mr. Speaker, we just celebrated yet another year of independence. We should remember that our war of independence was fought almost exclusively by citizen warriors, ordinary citizens who put their lives on hold and at risk, many of them giving the ultimate sacrifice for our independence. The 513th continues our great citizen warrior tradition. Among the citizen airmen deploying are realtors, IT specialists, and even a pastor. We should recognize that this is a voluntary assignment. These reservists have raised their hands and answered the call voluntarily when less than 1% of our fellow citizens serve in the military. Mr. Speaker, the 513th demonstrates the value of our military's reserve component and National Guardsmen. Looking across the 513th, you'll find skill standards, capabilities, and operational readiness rates equal to or better than the active component. When I was in the reserves flying the E-2 Hawkeye, I can tell you that the amount of talent that we held in the reserve component was amazing. It was very clear that these folks had the confidence, the capability, the institutional knowledge to carry on the tradition of excellence that was in the Navy when they moved to the reserve. It's true also of the Air Force, the amount of talent and skills. We saw it when you think about the fighter squadrons that fought in Afghanistan in the opening days of the war in Afghanistan. The reserve fighter squadron was the one squadron that had the highest percentage of bombs on target. The reserve and the Air National Guard are critical to our nation's military readiness. It is important to retain and even expand the reserve component's size, missions, and capabilities. Finally, Mr. Speaker, while I rise to give a special thanks to the 513th Reservists deploying to Southwest Asia, let me also mention this unit's other recent accomplishments. To say that the 513th is in high demand would be a huge understatement. In the past 6 months, the 513th has controlled training missions for over 200 fighters and bombers, supported critical flight tests, managed Air Operations Center support in Germany, and controlled 8 large force exercises, including Felix Virgo in Louisiana, Northern Edge in Alaska, and CHUMEX in Florida. Mr. Speaker, let me conclude by once again recognizing the citizen airmen of the 513th Air Control Group from Tinker Air Force Base. I yield back.